Boo! Where the fuck am I? There I am. Why's my tracking feels really messed up? Hold on, let me turn my music down. My tracking feels real fucked up. Might actually be fucked up, I'm not gonna lie. Or maybe it's just, I don't know. Why am I all the way in the center here? Hi, berries! Hello. Why the fuck are my glasses fucking up? I wanna wear my glasses. It's okay, we won't wear them. And they'll just be off. Hi, berries! I missed you for like the millionth time. Hi, berries! Hello, berries. I'm very excited to be back. I have been doing a lot of things. Most of which I will... Why is it doing that? Most of which I'll be talking about on stream. But I really missed you, and I'm sorry for, you know, vanishing like that, but you know, there's some times where you just gotta, you know, where you've gotta just take a little nap. Just take a little nap. You gotta take a little nap. And I've just been... I've been doing stuff. Oh my god, I forgot to send out my tweet. I'm a fucking dumbass. I thought I sent it out. Damn. But yeah, I stopped streaming for one reason, and then it became other reasons. And I want to talk about that and tell a bunch of fun stories, because I do have a bunch of fun stories. If you haven't yet heard the news, Matt and I have seen each other IRL. I know it sounds so weird to say IRL, but like, you get what I mean. So, we devised a plan to meet up, and we had a fun day together at the amusement park. And although we didn't really ride any roller coasters or anything crazy like that, we still had a big day. And you know, it was as much as I want to like go into major detail, I would like to wait for Mad. He's out doing his own thing, so I thought I would stream. And no, it's not necessarily like a comeback stream, but it's something. You know what I mean? So, But I'm very happy and blessed that, you know, we could finally. Hi guys. But I'm very thankful that you know, even though my parents are a bit uncooperative with these kinds of things, that we totally didn't sneak behind their back or anything. Hi guys. Yeah, I've been up to some stuff. But I but I think the main reason why I kind of took a little break was because of all the work that I had started doing for the 1 year debut. And it actually took me less time than expected to do the new 2.0 models. Although there's another part that still is not done. There's still very much that needs to be done. But I think I got really overwhelmed with it. And I was so frustrated, and I knew going into it that I would be frustrated. But the thing is, I just was like, I'm moving my camera. I was just like so, you know, like it got to the point where like I kept getting frustrated over little teeny tiny errors, and it was making me really just overwhelmed with how many like things would pop up that I would need to fix because I fixed another thing, and it would just be like thing after thing after thing that I would need to fix, and it was getting really stressful for me. Yeah, it's mainly the broken ankles. I still have not fixed the broken ankles. But I worked on that in the server from time to time. And oh my gosh, jeez. It's cuz my light is on and it's like fucking up shit. And I had to really take some time to, you know, get that stuff worked on. And even though, you know, there's still some things that I would love to fix with, there's still some things that I would like to fix with the models. I don't necessarily think that I can, because I legit don't think that I can fix the problem. Unless there's like some miracle cure for it, then I don't know. But with all of the 1 year stuff, that really stressed me out. And Gus, I don't know if you heard, but Matt and I had devised a plan to meet up with each other, and with much coercion and planning and and a bit of lying, we made it work. And Matt and I got to see each other, and it's definitely a core memory for sure. And I would love to go into every single detail of it, but I honestly would like to wait for Mad. But I will say some things about it. I haven't started working yet because I just want to get all my talking out of the way, because I haven't talked to you fairies in a little bit on stream like this. I just it was definitely a core memory for sure, and a lot of firsts happened. And I will say one of the things that really really baffled me, like in a good way, not in like a oh my gosh, I'm so offended way, was we went to the amusement park with some of Mad's family, and we did like everything there because while I live like 7 minutes away, they live like at least like hours away. So they wanted to, get their worth out of it and, experience everything that the park had to offer. And, for me, it was just a normal Sunday. And I was like, oh yeah, this thing and, this and it was so nice. His family, at least the family that I met, was super chill. We definitely did. When he first came to my house to come pick me up, because Lord knows I wasn't paying for parking. I did not want to fucking pay for parking. I did not. Not one bit. So, he came, it was Mad's brother that came and picked me up with, with their other family. And I will say this. Mad's brother and another family member both made a joke about, wow, I can't believe you're not a 40-year-old man. And I was like, nope, not me. Just, an 18-year-old girl. And you'd think that, if I was a 40-year-old dude, that, I wouldn't want to see him. I would be like, oh, no, but no, I was determined to see him, and I saw him, and it was, I will say, it is such a baffling feeling to have known somebody for, I wanna say like 7 or 8 years, probably 7 years. I've known Mad for 7 years, and it felt like I was meeting him for the first time again. Like that awkward feeling of like, tiptoeing around like every little word you say, and just trying to have a good impression, show somebody that, you're, leave a good first impression. And it was so baffling because we were always like, oh, I can't wait to see you. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna hug you so much. Like, I'm gonna freaking tackle you to the ground as soon as you come in my line of sight. And then, coming up to their car, I was like, it was like I was like 12. I was all awkward and I felt like super shy. And I wasn't trying to be, because usually I feel like I'm more of, an extrovert. Like I try to be, super fun and outgoing and friendly and stuff. But I was like, I don't think I exchanged a single word to Mad in the car, because I was just like, trying to be all polite and stuff. And I'm very like, try to be like on top of my manners and stuff. And, I say my please and thank yous and, use all the formalities I can. And yeah, it was the first time I had ever met, somebody who I had known practically all my life, that I had met online through, similar interests. And it was just so, it was such like, we both had to like warm up to each other, and especially with like Mad's family around. Like, I wanted to, you know, show that at least y'all weren't two old white guys. Yeah, I mean, I didn't have any doubts. And honestly, you know, if Mad turned out to be like a 58-year-old guy who was going to kidnap and murder me, then honestly, I was gonna let him have it because he put on a damn convincing show. He put on a damn convincing show. Hi, killer. But it was, we definitely had to. Well, hi, killer. And we, it was, I felt bad because I was so shy. Okay, thank you for lurking. Don't forget to do exclamation mark lurk. It was so just. I can't put into words. But you know, it was something. I remember, like, you know, as well as like his brother and stuff, like his it was nice to, I also had to warm up to the younger family members, and I remember they were like all looking at my backpack and stuff, like checking out all my keychains and pins and stuff, and you know, I think that I warmed up to them, and Matt and I did a lot of things, but I I felt so bad because I was so awkward, because like I TMI, but I'm very like touch starved. Like, it's not every day where I receive like a hug and like I'm holding hands with my friends and stuff, and it's like, but then, you know, Mad would be over here like holding my hand and putting his arm around me, and I would be like, what do I do? What do I do? And like he would go to hold my hand, and his hands were, oh my gosh, his fingers would be fully intertwined with mine, but I was just like, I'm just gonna let him do his thing because I gotta warm up to this. And like I didn't fully have the confidence to, you know, do the same, but eventually I did. And and you know, eventually by the time that it was, you know, soon time to go home, because we were all tired and miserable, and the younger ones were definitely in need of some sleep, and they were grumpy as well. Everybody was grumpy and tired and miserable and hot and sweaty, because good lord, it was boiling that day. But we went to the water park, and jeez, model, stop fucking freaking out. It's because of my light. We went to the water park, and that was super fun. And good lord, guys, you, if y'all were a girl, because I know that my audience is like probably like 80% male, which is not a bad thing. I swear to God, if y'all were all females, you would be so jealous. When I tell you, we both changed, and he had brought a shirt, and you know, that's fine. You know, I prioritize his comfort over, you know, my preference. But good lord, when he took that shirt off so I could put sunscreen on him, I nearly half fainted. I mean, obviously, he's not like... No, trust me, before Mad, when the times that I didn't have Mad, I was definitely the same, and I was in your position. But, I mean, obviously, you know, he's not no Dwayne The Rock Johnson, John Cena, you know, fucking Instagram model type bod, but he's right for me. He's my type. I don't fucking care if he's not a general, you know, I don't care if he's, you know, a fucking 1 to some people. He's a 10 out of 10 for me. I don't care what other people think. He's handsome to me. And, you know, we were going around the water park. He's the perfect... Exactly. And, you know, we were going to the water park and stuff that they had there. And I swear to God, the amount of times where he fucking shot water at me. Because, like, they had, like, this whole big, like, elaborate fucking labyrinth of water slides and shit. Hold on, sneeze. Bless me. But, there was, like, this fucking elaborate labyrinth of fucking things that you had to climb up to go to... Thank you. To go up to the water slides, they had, like, these little, like, pipes and buckets and stuff that would, like, you know, it would fill up with water and shit, and, like, they would just be spilling water out of. Good lord, the amount of times that we, like, fucking splashed it at each other. We just kept fucking with each other. The water slide, we went on, like, 2, you know, kind of short but fun water slides, and I swear to God, the amount of times that water went either up my nose or up my ears was... I can't even recount all the times that that happened. But then, you know, after we were kind of off doing our whole own thing for, you know, the day, while his family and the kiddos were, you know, with their parental guardians. They had moved on from where we were to another, like, kind of kid play area, somewhat, like a smaller area. So we're like, okay, we're gonna go get a drink, cause all this water in our mouths was not going well. And then we made the dumb decision of trying to find where the lazy river was, barefoot, running on the hot pavement, and in no range whatsoever of the stroller for the kiddos that all of our stuff was on, and we had no access to where, you know, all of our other belongings were. So we were kind of screwed. And in our defense, we didn't think that it would take us very long, you know. We had a general recollection of where the lazy river was, but to find the fucking entrance was so goddamn hard for no reason. No reason whatsoever, and we were running around barefoot on the hot pavement. I swear to God, the amount of times that I ran over to a single spot of shade just to rest for a second, like it was a goddamn checkpoint. I mean, eventually we made it, and I think it was worth it so that I didn't have to carry, like, my Hello Kitty Crocs as we were going down the fucking lazy river. But I think we went on it, like, twice, and, you know, we were just, you know, laughing with each other, you know, cracking jokes, playing fucking footsies with each other. Mad kept letting go of my tube and I can't swim, so every time he'd let go of my fucking tube, I'd have to come back to him, and I'd try to reach out and grab him. And grab his tube. Because I was not going to be separated from him in a pool of water. Hell no. And there's this one specific time that I'm going to tell you about before Mad tells you about it. I was just like in my little tube, my face poking out of the tube, and I was like, the sun is so nice, and like I thought I looked pretty or something, and Mad was just, you know, letting me go, having my little moment of serenity and tranquility in that moment. And you know, he lets me go a little too long, and so I open my eyes to see what's up. And then immediately, a big waterfall straight onto my face. Just an overwhelming pressure of water directly into my eyeballs. And he just let me go. He wasn't gonna say anything. He just let it happen. He let it happen, and I felt so betrayed, but it was so fucking funny. I swear to God, there's like little, like, you know, somewhat like little waterfalls of water that he would constantly try and push me into in that fucking lazy river. It was so infuriating, but it was so silly. And then I think after, you know, then after that we got all of our stuff when we went out of the water park, and then we went out to the main amusement park. And I think that the first thing that we did was, I think we went to the one arcade that they had there, because they had like an original Mario Bros cabinet, and I was like, I want to show Matt it so bad. I want to show Matt. And thankfully somehow I still had credits on my card, so I swiped it, and I let him play. And he played for a little bit, and then, you know, we went around the arcade just playing whatever games they had there, and we did skee ball. And for the record, I am up 3-0. I totally kicked his ass in skee ball. So yeah, I'm the queen of skee ball. Yep. And then we like played some other stuff, and you know that one like arcade game where it's like got the big wheel, and then like you gotta really push down the handle, and there's like only like one square with like a little sliver where like you have a chance of like winning like 100 or 1,000 tickets or whatever. We were doing that for a bit, and I was like, you know, I got a cute idea. Me being the bold, confident girly that I am, I'm like, man, come here, give me a kiss for good luck. And I smooched him on his cheek. So for the record, I did it first. But he said it didn't count because it wasn't on the lips, so. But we'll get to that. And then, as we were spending a little bit more time in the arcade, I get a text. Should have done it together, no? What do you mean? Talked about the day? I'm doing it myself. ADHD kicked my ass. Oh. Well, you know. I'll get to it, okay? No spoilers. I'm going in chronological order. And, then I check my phone, and I see that I've got a text from Matt. And he works at this amusement park. And he works in like the games. And we were in the specific arcade that he usually works at. And he's like, "Are you at the park today?" I'm like, "Yeah, why are you asking?" And I thought that he didn't work on Sundays. Because we had been to the same park like last year or 2 years ago. I think it was like 2 years ago, like 2022. And he's like, well, he wasn't like that. I was trying to figure out where he was because he was working. And I was like, "You're not in the arcade. Where the hell are you?" And he's like, "Oh, I had to go and do something, yada yada." I'm like, and he was not being very descriptive of where he was. And I was just like, "Okay, I give up. I'm not gonna, stand here and wait for him." And so we went up to the prize counter because we gave her dog a bath. And we went up to the prize counter because we were gonna use my tickets to get little toys for the younger ones because there wasn't really anything that, we were interested in. Well, I did get myself a little plushie, but we were mainly interested in getting stuff for the kiddos. And so we got some little toys for them. But then, as I'm looking around, I'm like, as I'm trying to find something for myself, because, it's my tickets. I want to spend some on myself. As I'm looking back at, the little bins of plushies that they have, out comes Matt behind the counter. And he's like, "What can I help you with today?" And I'm like, "I was wondering when you were going to show up." And I got like a little seal plushie because there's only like 75 tickets. It was hella cheap. It was just a little tiny plushie. And so Matt saw Mad, and he introduced himself and all that. And we had a good laugh together, all three of us. And then we went off to let Mad do his work and go get something to eat. And we tried to win like this huge Mario plushie, but like the game was super rigged, so we didn't get it. And then we ate, and where we like ate at, there was a bunch of geese roaming around. And so Mad kept throwing out like little scraps of food for the geese. But then, as I'm looking at my bag, I see that there's like crusties on my plushies, on my plushie keychains. And so I was really sad about that, but Mad was at least trying to, get off what he could, but I just gave up. And I'm super sad because it was like two of my favorites too. It was two of my favorite ones, like the one that I've had since like middle school, and then one of my Cinnamoroll one, and I was super sad about it. But he did try, and he did comfort me. We thought that it being so hot and my bag being in the locker for a while, it had like burned like the plushies, but then we just assumed that a bird pooped on it while we weren't looking. But at least that's all it got on, so at least it wasn't me. But he did try, and it was better, and I felt better because he was like, "It's okay," and I ate chicken tender. And then I think after that what did we do after that? I think I can't remember what we did after that. I think we were going to look at a ride, but then it was closed. So I think we were... I don't remember. Oh my gosh, this is why I need Mad help. I think after that, we went to go meet back up with his family, and we gave the kiddos their toys that we had got them at the arcade. And Mad has, what is it, niece? Is that what the female one is between nephew and niece? I think it is niece. Mad's niece was an absolute sweetheart, and I think me and her definitely became besties. She kept holding my hand everywhere, and she was dragging me everywhere. And I remember when we would be walking to somewhere, you know, she'd be on and off between holding my hand and then running up to be with the adults, but then she would look behind her and she'd come back to me to hold my hand. Yeah, she was adorable. And you know, we went to this little zoo that was also connected to the park, and we were walking around, and you know, she was showing off her little like toy that Matt and I had won her at the arcade. And I was wearing overalls with like a big pocket on the front. And you know how I said I got that seal plushie, right? Well, I put it in there and it was just poking out of my pocket. And she did the same with her little toy that we had gotten her. And she was putting it in her shirt like I had with my seal. And it's so cute. And hi, Leaf. And as we were going around, you know, she was like showing me all the animals, and she was like, "Oh my gosh," you know, it was so cute. And then, you know, after the zoo, we were all just kind of tired, but Matt and I still wanted to go do stuff. We wanted to do. I wanted to do one thing before we left, and I wanted to go to the Ferris wheel because I had a plan, and afterwards I realized that I wasn't so slick with it because the day after, Mad told me that as soon as I wanted to go, that I said that I wanted to go to the Ferris wheel, he knew what I was planning because I had said beforehand, I'm not a Ferris wheel kind of gal. So he was wondering why I wanted to go on. But then it clicked in his brain and he's like, oh. And so, you know, my tired ass, his tired ass, and our feet were both killing us. We searched for the Ferris wheel. We eventually found it. We waited in line, and then eventually we got on. And even though we had to sit across from each other for like weight reasons, you know, we still made it work. And when we got to the top of the Ferris wheel, you know, we both leaned in, and we may have had a little smoochy smooch at the top of the Ferris wheel. But for the record, I was the one who initiated it, okay? For the record, I was the one who did it. That was my crime. And I'm guilty of it. Guilty as charged. Lock me up. Put me behind bars. Put me on trial. Yeah, so I had many times earlier in the day where I was like, oh my gosh, I just want to lean and kiss this boy right now. But I wanted to wait for the perfect moment. And I did. And I smooched that boy on top of the Ferris wheel. And then after that, he said afterwards that he was waiting for me to do it, which I think I think that was a good decision. Not because I have any doubts in him, but because I don't know. I think that, you know, I wouldn't want to have it any other way. I think that day was perfect. And then after that, we went and we got Starbucks because I really wanted Starbucks and my feet were hurting. Also, I just wanted to get Starbucks with him because we get the same drink, but like he gets the counterpart of my drink, right? You know what I mean? So it's we kind of like our main order is like kind of counterparts of each other, and I felt bad because they didn't have oat milk, so we had to get 2%, but I think he was just fine with it. And then after that, we were kind of just waiting for his family to meet up with us, and you know, we just sat at a little picnic table, and you know, we were guilty of committing PDA, public display of affection. I will say that we're guilty of it. We're hella guilty of it. And we were drinking our Starbucks, and we took a few Polaroids of us because he really wanted to have one in his wallet, which I find so adorable. And like, I swear, just as we were getting like more just as we were getting more like, not bold, as we were getting like more comfortable sitting there, we were probably just as we were about to get a little too comfortable, we see his family coming over the corner, and we're like, damn it. And then we went to this little then after that we went to this little like this other section of the park that they had, where like they kind of went over the history of like, you know, how the park was built and all that stuff. It was just a little place, and I think that was when his niece really showed her attachment. Cause when we were like waiting in line for this one thing, it's like that kind of like little mini, like, not really a ride, but like just like a little ride tour thingamajiggy. As we were waiting in line for it, she kept talking my ear off, and it was so adorable. And she was like, when we get on the ride, I want to sit with you, Ace. And I look over at Matt, and I'm like, you heard her. She called dibs. And, you know, the parental guardians were like, they were like, if you don't want her to, you know, ride with you, we can always take her, because it was like 5 per car, and you know, we could have easily just handed her over and been like, yeah, go ride with them. But like, in my mind, I'm like, there's no reason why she shouldn't be able to sit with us. You know, I understand that, you know, we're gonna be, you know, all over each other and finding any way to have any physical contact. But I didn't see anything wrong with her coming in the car, so like coming in a little, you know, tour car with us. So she came in with us, and we kept pointing everything out to her. And she would be like looking around being like, oh my gosh, is that real? And then Matt would be like, no, it's fake, it's just pictures. He was being so real with her. Yeah. And I asked her, I'm like, do you want to sit next to me or Matt, or do you want to sit in the middle of us? And she's like, I want to sit in the middle. I'm like, okay. And then afterwards, like at the end, they have like a little point where it's like, oh, pose for the camera. And afterwards, you could like buy like the actual picture and like get it on a keychain and stuff. And so we wanted to get a keychain of it. And his niece was like, she was like, oh, can I have one? And we had to tell her no, because we only got two, one for me and one for Mad. But don't worry, we eventually made up for it, and we bought her a little like doll. It was only like $15, which was really reasonable for, you know, how everything else was priced. And we got like matching hoodies together, and I'm wearing mine right now because it's hella comfy. And I bought the doll for his niece with my own money, and then another thing for me, and then he got our hoodies, which I really appreciated. Also, throughout the whole day, Mad would not stop offering to carry my bags. Every single opportunity he had, he'd be like, do you want me to hold something for you? Do you want me to carry your bag? And I'd be like, no, I'm okay. And he'd be like, are you sure? Just let me carry your bag. I'm like, babe, I'm fine. I'm not dying over here. He was trying to be a gentleman at every corner. Like, I swear, whenever I don't know what the specific code is or whatever, but anytime that I was like, we would be walking on like a path and I'd be on the outside, he would specifically swap our places so that he could be on the outside. And I as we were walking through the zoo and like through some of the park, he carried my backpack with all of my keychains and pins on it. And I remember taking a picture of him. You know, just this you know, dude carrying around a backpack with all these cute like Sanrio characters and Miku and stuff. It was so cute. And you know, he was being all sweet and stuff. But I will tell you, as soon as I initiated the first smooch, I think it gave him enough confidence to do the same, because anytime that I would look away and then I'd peek back at him, he would be awaiting a smooch. He would be ready for a smooch. I'd just turn to him and his lips would be out and I'd be like, oh, mwah. It was so adorable. And then, you know, after we did the little, like, tour thingy, and we went back to, the parking lot, I had asked for my brother to pick me up so that, you know, I didn't come home in this car with, you know, somebody that my parents have never met, and my dad would definitely not be willing to meet under the circumstances. And I just didn't want to get busted. So I had asked my brother to take me home, and we had to walk so far to get to where my brother was parked. And eventually, when we got there, I was like, all right, you can get in the car, and, you know, I'll be in a sec. And I swear, he was taking his sweet ass time getting back in the car. I was like, yeah, you You go wait in the car. Shush. And me and Mad said our goodbyes, our hugs and kisses. And I didn't want to leave. I just wanted to stay. I wish that time could have stopped right then and there. I just wish that time could have stopped right there. Just the whole world stopped. Even if me and Matt had stopped too, I would have stayed right where I was until, the universe ends. I swear. And eventually, he had to go off and go back to his car, and then I went off in my brother's car, and I swear to God, I opened the door, and my brother says, well, this is a bad time to find out how my backup camera works. Because we were behind the car. And we were saying our goodbyes. And my brother had just recently gotten his car. He's like, well, this is a bad time to find out how the backup camera works. And I yell over to Matt. I'm like, did you hear what he said? It was a little embarrassing, but, Oh, get out of here as I'm telling my cute old story. Hold on, I gotta ban a bot. Get the fuck out of here. There you go. But I remember I got home and I gave him more than a vibe check. I gave him the ban hammer. And I remember we had both gotten we had both prepared each other a bag of gifts. And I got home and I opened it, and he got me a bunch of stuff, but which I greatly appreciate. And the thing that I was most drawn towards was the big old Cinnamoroll plushie that was in the bag. And I was like, oh my gosh. It was actually a bigger plushie than I expected. I thought it was just like a little tiny one, but it's perfect cuddle size, I will say that. And I know this sounds weird, okay? But just hear me out. I go to hug. Hold on, let me change the fucking. There you go. Just. I don't really know. There we go. I go to hug my Cinnamoroll plushie. And I smell something. And I'm like. Oh my god. This is his scent. And I tell you, for like the past 2 days, I've just been hanging out in our matching hoodie, and I've been cuddling the Cinnamoroll. She's been sitting on my lap as I work, and I'm on my computer being lazy. Cause the amount of anxiety and stress that had like kind of built up with working on, our 1 year debut celebration, and stressing out about making a good first impression to Matt's family had like just built up, and for the past 2 days I've just been like just trying to take a little bit of rest before I get back into the swing of things. And when like, I don't know how many of you can relate to this, and I'm not saying that to be mean to anybody, but, and I'm not saying like this in a bad way, but like, I'm trying to think of like a way to put this, but how in relationships when like there's the honeymoon phase where you're all like puppy eyes and lovey-dovey and all of that, and then things dull down a bit, you get more comfortable, things get a little bit more chill, you still obviously you still love each other, but things are less like mushy gushy than they were, you know what I mean? If that makes sense. And then something happens, and then you get back into that honeymoon phase again. And I feel like, at least for me, that is definitely 100% what happened. Because, you know, me and Matt will joke around and we'll be all gross with each other, and, you know, there'll just be days where we're hanging out, but we're, you know, we're just enjoying each other's company, not even really saying a word to each other. But I think that day, that core memory, at least for me, that 100% like kicked me into like a little honeymoon phase. And that, I mean, that's entirely a good thing. I'm not complaining about it. So, yeah. I'm really glad that Mad also enjoyed his gifts too. And, you know, it was definitely not an eye-opener, but like it really put a lot of serotonin back in my system that I think I needed. That like I think I've been searching for. And it really made me realize how, you know, blessed I am to have such an amazing guy to, you know, have by my side, stream with, play games with, whatever. It made me realize how absolutely blessed, lucky, and thankful I am. And I wouldn't have it any other way. And I'd definitely say if it wasn't for Mad, I probably wouldn't be streaming right now. I definitely wouldn't. But, you know, I hope that things can get to a point where one day, you know, I can tell my parents about him. I did make up a little story. And I told my mom that, you know, while I was at the park, because, I mean, my parents knew where I was going. I just didn't tell them. I wasn't honest about who I was really with. And I went home and I told my mom, like, oh my gosh, I met this cute boy at the park today and I got his number. And even then, she was still skeptical. Like, Mama Rabbit, are you kidding me? Even after this. So, but, you know, I'm sure that things will get to a point where one day, you know, I can, you know, introduce him to my parents. And, you know, my brothers met him in person, and, you know, they introduced each other, but they introduced themselves to each other, but I know that things will get to that point one day. But I'm really thankful that it happened and that everything worked out smoothly, because if things didn't work out, then yeah. I mean, I definitely can't tell my parents that, you know, the circumstances of how we really met. But, you know, I did tell my mom. I did tell Mama Rabbit. So, you know, I'll have to, you know, steadily bring them up in conversations, you know. Get the mind going. And I just know that, you know, it'll probably be a bit before, you know, we can have something happen again, but I hope that it's, you know, it might be sometime, you know, later into the year, it might be sometime next year that we can see each other again, because, I mean, we do live in the same state, but we live, like, we don't live, like, hours away, but, you know, we live, like, pretty good distance away, so, well, I'm sure that we'll, you know, devise something again, but, oh, I did, I ordered I just to start this off, I am a very sentimental person. Like even the littlest things, like even like fucking even the little things I'm so sentimental towards. And I remember like everything that, you know, my friends and stuff have gotten me and like my family's gotten me for like, my birthday, holidays, whatever. And I remember, you know, nearly the details of and the circumstances of like all of the gifts that I've like ever received from my friends, especially my friends, but um I it's not that often when, obviously I take care of the stuff that, is given to me and I'm very thankful for it, but I may or may not have ordered a box on the Amazon to put little keepsakes and sentimentals in for Matt and I. I may or may not have a turquoise colored box on the way to put stuff in from Matt and I's little day. And yeah, I don't know if I want to decorate it necessarily yet, because I'm a very like put stickers and things on everything, but I might just like label it. But I do want to put some stuff in there, and I even have a specific like photo album to put future Polaroids and stuff of Matt and I in it. Yeah, I'm very excited for what the future holds. But I will say I'm definitely back in like that honeymoon phase. Which is not a bad thing. I'm not complaining. But yeah. I have not worked this whole entire stream. I don't think that's a bad thing. Just a little chat. Just a little chat on my berries because I haven't said anything in a while. But I still have like I still have a lot of stuff to do with the 1 year debut, but I think yeah. I don't think I've done like a purely just chatting stream in a while. Like I'm always doing something else. I still have a lot more to do on the 1 year debut, but I think that now that all of my anxiety and stuff and stress is kind of out of the way and I'm taking care of some, IRL adult things, that's kind of been put on the back burner because, it's in September, and although, soon we're to the start of August, I think that all that stress that's been built up is just whoosh. I'm not constantly thinking about it. I'm not, putting people aside just to work. Because I will say I definitely did do that. Because I remember I would be trying to work in my server VC, in my Discord server. And I will say I was getting, this sounds so mean, but I was getting a little distracted by some of the other people. A little annoyed, maybe frustrated even. But, I just decided to, not be in there anymore, and then I just did everything. I just worked on my own. I was like, I could use the company, but then I was like, this is not helping. So I just went on my own to kind of focus and get some stuff done. But I have gotten a lot of stuff done, I will say. I feel bad because I feel like I've gotten more stuff done for me than Mad, but I'm only one person, and although I have very high expectations for myself and like, you know, and you know, I'm trying to make everything perfect because, you know, I want to be corpo quality or whatever, but I think that I just needed to kind of I need to kind of understand and limit myself before I work myself to the brink of complete and utter exhaustion, because you know, I look and see what, you know, other indies are doing, and then they have all these big extravagant teams that, you know, are doing all this shit and, you know, going out with a big old bang, but you know, I'm literally only one person. Yeah, I just needed a breather, and you know, I'm seriously, when September 15th comes and it's the 1 year debut anniversary of Matt and I sincerely want you all to keep in mind, no matter if you are familiar with, you know, VTuber culture and, you know, what goes on a milestone like that, just please keep in mind that the models, the artwork, the assets, all of the time and effort put in was all done by one person. And as much as I would like to be like, yeah, it was Matt and I who did it, in reality, all of the, you know, labor was done by me. And although I've considered, you know, reaching out and seeking help from, you know, my artist friends and stuff, and considering commissioning them, I just can't have it any other way. You know what I mean? And although there are some scuffs and stuff that I would absolutely love to change, and I would love to just hire somebody and, you know, give them all the money in the world to fix my problems, I just seriously can't have it any other way. So, yeah, just keep that in mind when the time comes that, you know. And it was a one person. And I will say I'm not looking forward to the You just watched The Wind Rising? I have no clue what that is. But yeah, I'm not looking for. I honestly gotta say, I'm not looking forward to the 1.5 year anniversary. Oh, Studio Ghibli. I haven't seen that. Yeah, it's definitely tough, and it honestly, you know, I have, you know, some friends and stuff. I have some people who I'm acquaintances with and consider my friends, and you know, they say, "Oh, you know, like if I was a streamer, you know, I'd want to have, you know, my stuff set up like this, and you know, and you know, it streaming isn't for everybody, but it's also, you know, it definitely cannot go underestimated how difficult it is, especially for, you know, VTubers, because if you're you know, using a webcam and, you know, and you're streaming like that, then it's a lot easier. But, you know, for VTubers, you know, you have to live up to the expectations that corpos have set and other big indies have set. I went dark. Yeah. um and it's just, it kind of, it feels really, it sucks to be like, I sometimes, you know, people will uh you know, try and correct and criticize my art, but then also you know, I'm like, I'm only just one person, like, thank you, but I'm one person. I can't fix all of the errors that other people see. Like, I'm just trying to go off of what I think. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Hold on, I'm responding to something. Jesus Christ, I can't type with my phone on my... Can't type with my phone stands on my thingy-majiggy. Yeah, things have been... Not really. They've been kind of hectic. Things have been happening and, you know, taking care of life things. Yeah, doing adult things. Because this schoolgirl's got things to do, man. But, I'm very excited to get back to Streaming Utopia and finish that, and then get to a good stopping point in Stardew Valley. And then I have a new game to start after we get those two done and out of the way. And I might go between Stardew Valley and the game that I have. Yeah. I'm definitely gonna cook. I've definitely been cooking with the 1 year debut. But yeah, I've been definitely been cooking. Trying to keep things a secret and try and not give everything away. Because, I mean, my model has definitely been, you know, definitely been showed off a lot. The 2.0 one at least. Yeah, I've been, oh, I'll say I've been very much scouting the Hololive merch store. And I definitely, I only have 2 things in my cart, but it is, definitely over $50 because of shipping. Love it. But very excited for the things ahead. Keeping positive mindset. Mm. Yeah, I've been chilling, I've been cooking, and I've been doing things. I'm definitely not burnt out from streaming. I definitely do feel a lot of guilt for not being here with you guys, but, you know, I know that you guys are very forgiving and understand that I got things to do, and, you know, I have responsibilities and work that I've got to put in to, other things other than streaming. And hopefully soon, I will say this, hopefully soon, I can find a spot where I'm comfortable with opening up commissions and accepting them, because I just recently got bank stuff set up for me as an adult. So hopefully sometime soon I can accept PayPal commissions and I don't know, maybe receive revenue from streaming. I don't know. PayPal's already bitch enough to try and get set up. But yeah, I've definitely been cooking. I don't know, my model's been freaking out all stream. Maybe, you know, Bluetooth and stuff, or however the fuck it connects is, because there should be a stream. Not a stream, a storm coming up soon. Yeah, PayPal can be, your friend. Yeah, PayPal is, definitely something. But hopefully I can, you know, open a slot or two for commissions, and hopefully somebody will come around and commission me and not, like, fucking scam me. I hear, like, I've seen, like, horror stories on my, like, Twitter timeline sometimes of people being like, this one client, like, filed for chargeback or something, and, you know, like, got their money refunded, and even though I had no issues with them or whatever, you know what I mean? So it's a little scary, but I definitely want to see if there's at least one person who's interested in commissioning me. Yeah. I hopefully somebody will wanna commission. I definitely won't have my prices, like, I don't think I'll have anything over like 30 or 40 at the most. I mean, I'm not gonna, you know, be accepting, you know, model commissions. Definitely not now, when I'm so fucking busy. With the 1 year stuff and the 1.5 year stuff, but hopefully, you know, somebody will want something, and, you know, art's not free. If you're complaining about something that's like 20 bucks, then I think you're in the wrong ballpark. I mean, you can definitely get, you know, people who are willing to do art for, you know, for really, really cheap, but, you know, hopefully my prices they won't be too low or too high, because, I mean, I feel like no matter what, people are gonna complain and be like, I don't agree with your pricing, but yeah. I think as long as you have a very, like, understanding and cooperative attitude, and, you know, you understand their TOS and their process of how they do commissions, and I think it'll be okay. But as long as you're not being like, hey, where's my sketch? I want to see the progress, and I want to see how that's doing, and I want to see, you know, I want my sketch now, and then you're like, I hate the artwork that you did for me. You know, I don't like it. I don't like how you drew. I want a refund. Your art stinks. I think as long as you're, you know, considerate, and, you know, don't, you know, you're considerate, and, you know, are nice, and, you know, you can obviously, like, voice your concerns and stuff if, you know, they get, like, some aspect, if, like, they misunderstand some, like, aspect of their of your character design, or, you know, they forget to include a detail or something. You know, you can obviously voice that. Yes, and definitely maintaining a professional, you know, kind of environment. You know, as long as you're, you know, coming off as professional and stuff, then I think you're all right. But I'm worried that like I'm gonna, you know, take too long or something, and then, you know, people are gonna get mad at me because I haven't given them an update. Because I feel there's definitely been some times where I've been guilty of being super fucking slow or just straight up forgetting in the past. So yeah, hopefully I can be a good hopefully I can stay professional and be a good artist to work with in the future when I do. Yes, I think I definitely think that patience will be required for my future clientele. Also, I have horrible blisters on my feet from when Matt and I saw each other on Sunday. We both have horrible blisters, but I'm just like patiently waiting, like, you gonna go away now? Because like I can barely walk. Like I have to walk on my tippy toes because I have like a huge just bubble on the bottom of my foot, and it sucks. Yeah, I wouldn't. I mean, if you're commissioning me, I'll be a little less. I'll be a little more probably like that's. I mean, not too casual, but you know, I'll definitely be more comfortable. And I mean, I've drawn your squid in the past, so I don't think it would be too difficult for me. It would just be about like, you know, how fast I'd be able to get something out. But I definitely won't take like fucking years like some artists do. Although I think that's more of like artists with like bigger wait lists and stuff. A dream will come eventually for me or someone who wants me to show some financial support. Since I have my share of matters to sort, yeah. Definitely don't put me first. My art is not that valuable. Go pay your bills first. Pay your bills, pay rent, pay off a car, I don't know. Do the important stuff first. Pay your bills before you pay the dumb blue rabbit in a schoolgirl uniform. Who burps on the internet. Yeah. You got your priorities straight. Don't come spending shit on me. Mad, I think Mad doesn't realize how much he gets me like games and stuff, and I mean, as much as I appreciate it, I feel bad for the amount of times that Mad pays for stuff for me. It makes me feel like I have a lot of catching up to do in the matters of, you know, making sure I show my appreciation too. Cause I don't want to seem like a gold digger or anything. So yeah. But oh, I got on Friday, me and Mama Rabbit are gonna go see a new Deadpool movie. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I had friends who paid stuff like Digital Switch games in the past. Yeah, I definitely, in the past when I was like in middle school, I definitely did accept like Switch gift cards and stuff like that, because I mean, I didn't have like any way of getting properly paid other than like Steam games and shit like that, which I felt embarrassed about because, you know, it's like this, you know, 15-year-old girl getting paid by like some I don't even know how old person in like Steam games. But I hopefully, you know, I can get, you know, like a proper, like, clientele by doing some commissions. But it'll definitely be after, like, 1 year. It'll definitely be after the 1 year debut. Stuff happens and limitations suck so much, yeah. Good to hear you'll enjoy the new movie. Oh yes, I remember seeing, I think it was, they had a commercial for it during the Super Bowl, and I was so excited because I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna be able to see it because I'll be 18. But I'm super duper excited for it because I think I saw the trailer for it. I saw some kind of trailer for it, and I saw Deadpool like fucking going through like Loki portals and shit, and I was like, oh my god, Loki stuff, TVA stuff. But yeah, so excited for it. My mom has been so cute. She's like, I'm trying to find on the website where they have, like, you know, the option to buy tickets for it, and I can't see what days they have it. The website's being stupid. I want to go see it. It's so cute. Yeah, I love the Xbox controllers, and although I'm not an Xbox girly by any means. I've never really been an Xbox girly. And our Xbox has turned into a DVD player. I'd honestly consider investing in that. Not really though. They do look very cool. I'd honestly get the, like, just the controllers themselves, to be honest. It's crazy. Well, crazy in a good way. If that makes any sense. Also, I hope you guys have been keeping up with Lexin, the webtoon that Levi and I have been working on. Mainly Levi, but, you know, I created Nixon, so I'm I'm the one who does the doodles at the end who should be fired. I remember, I forget which episode it was, but I commented, like, saying, like, oh my god, I love this, oh my gosh. Also, whoever did the doodle at the end should be fired. And I genuinely confused somebody who's, like, a regular in the comments, and they were like, I read this and was so confused until I realized. And I'll stop making jokes like that, but yeah, it's been fun to do the doodles at the end, and I feel it makes me feel like I'm contributing at least something, because, you know, I want Lexin to, I want to work on Lexin as much as I can with Levi, but I definitely understand the, you know, the mindset of, you know, this is, you know, my project that I'm working on, and, you know, if I bring somebody else into this, then they're not going to do the things that I have imagined in my head. And I totally understand that. And I as much as I feel a little, you know, bad for not doing as much as I feel I should be doing on the project, I also just want to leave Levi to do, you know, what she feels is right on, you know, the webtoon and stuff, because, I mean, Levi has been putting their all into it, and I would not want to get in the way of, you know, the absolute role that they have been on with the webtoon. And good lord, Levi has been doing such an amazing job. It cannot be understated how proud I am as a friend that Levi has something that they're working on that they are proud of. Hi, Turnip. Hello. But yeah, it really makes me proud, because, you know, as well as, you know, my OC being in there, many of my OCs being in there, it makes me proud because I always feel that, like, within my little group of friends that I have, like, I'm always the one, you know, quote unquote working on stuff and, you know, having all these projects to do. And seeing Levi have something going that, you know, I have a lot of, you know, hope will get popular and grow a fan base someday makes me so fucking proud. And it also makes me gush every time to see, you know, my OCs come up in the story. I remember anytime an episode comes out, I'm always on the I always give a live reaction. Yes, it definitely does pay off, but I definitely I really encourage you guys to go check it out. Even if it isn't your thing, just, you know, give it a like, you know, just read through a single episode. It helps immensely, and no obligations to, but if you are in the financial situation to do so, Levi has opened a Patreon to support the work of Lexan, because man, does that take a lot of work. I think the lowest tier is like $3. I think there's like a $3 and a $5 tier. But if you want to, you know, keep encouraging and supporting the work that Levi does, then definitely go do that. There's definitely, it's definitely a, there's definitely some good benefits. The fucking, you should go check it out. I don't know if I'll contribute anything, cause I definitely have some things to contribute there, that I could contribute, but I don't really know if I want those kinds of doodles to be on the internet. But I mean, it's closed behind a paywall, so, you know, it's not like it's just doodles, but, you know, I don't know. I don't know if Levi wants me to offer those up or not. See if I can give it a good time to read it. Even more so on how I've been on Shin Megami Tensei 5 mood. It's definitely nowhere near like Shin Megami Tensei 5. But it's coming along nicely. It's definitely starting to, you know, really come to a. It's I don't know how to describe it, but, like, you know, I will say the next episode is definitely going to blow your socks off. It's gonna have you shooting up to the moon like a rocket. I'll take my time when I get the chance. Please do. I should probably do, when we get to like some kind of like stopping point, like some, because I know Levi's probably gonna plan a break sometime, not soon, but, you know, there will definitely be a time in the future when Levi takes a break off of Lexan to, you know, work on episodes and then like release them in bulk. But oh my gosh, my brain's fried. I'll probably do some kind of stream, or, you know, like put it out as a video where like I go through and dub it, and like I might try to bring Levi on stream and like give some behind the scenes of it, cause I definitely I think that would be a good stream, but also it would open a lot of people's eyes to Lexan. So, yeah. Very excited. Yeah. My cinema roll's comfy. I swear to God, I think I'm gonna like revert back to a child and like take the cinema roll that Mad gave me and take it all around with me. it's like getting towards the end of summer, like back to school supplies are up, but you know, I'm out here wearing this hoodie. that Matt and I got matching. I want to do. Yeah, I wanna. I've been trying to keep my hoodie and the cinema roll away from Hazy, so she doesn't get dog hair on it. Speaking of which, Hazy, do you wanna come out? You wanna say hi, Hazy? You wanna cuddle? There was a night here recently. I don't know how recently, I forget, but there was a storm outside and Hazel got so scared that she came up on my lap. But instead of like that one time when we were playing Stardew Valley, she was actually being quite nice, and she was sitting there, she was relaxing, she had her head down, and I was just watching some YouTube while she just laid there. Also, I've been playing a lot of Minecraft lately. Somewhat by myself, but Matt and I have been playing, and we opened up a realm for a world that we were working on back in, like, I don't even know, like 2018, of like, you know, a little like town for all of our OCs and stuff. And it's been nice to work on it again, but oh, you want to know what would be a good thing to build there, like fucking like Lexan stuff, like Lexan houses, but I don't know if Matt would be open to that. I honestly should have kept the I should have stopped because we had to transfer it to like our computer so that it would be easier, because we originally had it on the Switch. But I mean, I guess yeah. I don't know if I'd be open to bringing other friends on it to work on it and give them like a little tour, because you know, it's kind of just like a me and Mad thing, and I hate to, you know, be like, oh, you know, it's just a thing between me and Mad, you wouldn't get it. But like the sentimental, like, you know, like the 30% of my heart that is just pure sentimental value is like, I don't want anybody coming in and like ruining it. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that anybody would. I'm sure that none of my friends would, but like, you know, when you do like a specific thing with somebody and then like you do it with somebody else and it just doesn't feel right, like that's what I feel like it would be like. But you know, it's something. That's something for me to consider. I know a friend who invites me to her world whenever we have these long Minecraft sessions. Yes, Matt and I would definitely also do the same when, you know, we were still in school, and like, I don't even remember when. I think it might have been like middle school. It was middle school. It was when we were like both in middle school, when we would play like a bunch of Minecraft on the Switch. And we'd play like late into the night, and like we'd even like RP as our characters on the world. It was so funny. Yeah, and it's nice to go back and, you know, revisit those things. And there's other worlds that we put a lot of time and effort into, but, you know, the one that we specifically transferred over has like a little bit more sentimental value, other than just like building it just to, you know, have some fun. Yeah. But I'm excited to, you know, finish up the games that I've been starting to stream. And I feel like I've definitely been putting off Miitopia because I don't want to finish it, because I feel like it's done a lot for my stream and my community. Because I feel like it really brought everybody together, and it had a lot of chat members involved. It's definitely a very involved game with chat. At least for me, I feel. Speaking of stuff on the Switch, my brother, his Switch, yeah, those were quite fun times, yes. And they still will be when I stream it again, which will hopefully be sometime soon, sometime in August at least, when I find a time where I can, you know, stream, because I often stream when Matt is away, just because I don't want to have any overlap with his streams when he does stream, and you know, I don't want to just be leaving him off to do his own thing. Because, you know, I definitely do prioritize our relationship over streaming. I definitely do. And I don't mean that in a bad way, it's just, you know, I have priorities, I have things that I, you know, value more than others, and although I love streaming and I'm passionate to my core about it, you know, there's some times where, you know, I'd just rather, you know, chillax with Mad. And, but about my brother and his Switch, he's had his since probably like 2019, because I remember when I got Splatoon 2, I would always take his Switch and play it on there, and it got so bad to the point where I would just not let him have his Switch, so he just straight up got a new one. So his has been going for like 5 years. Like he's had a Switch for quite a bit, and recently his Switch wouldn't turn on, and even with like different cords and stuff, it just wouldn't like show that it was charging. You know what I mean? And I shit you not, like the same day that we had that he had that problem, our dad went and ordered him a brand new one. And I'm like, we don't live in, you know, a nice enough, like, we don't have all that money to just be blowing on a Switch. Like, not even any time was considered to be like, okay, can we fix this problem, or is this Switch booked? And I mean, he did get he got an OLED because his was just the standard one, but honestly, if it was straight up booked, he could have just waited until Switch 2. I'm gonna be honest. But hey, I'm sure he's not complaining. I wouldn't be complaining either. At least I have the special edition OLED and he just has a normal one. I'm kidding. Oh yeah. I want Mad to come home. I'm definitely in the honeymoon lovey-dovey phase again. I'm definitely in that kind of phase again. I think that's a good thing. There's definitely times where, you know, you'll be in a relationship and things will kind of not die down, but you know, you'll be in a comfortable spot with each other, and you know, you'll still have your moments, but you know, you won't be all over each other, like, you know, so. But I think I'm glad that I'm back in that kind of spot. Yeah. I think, you know, Sunday, us seeing each other definitely. It was like, you know, changing up. It was like you know, you have a routine and you stick to it, and then you changed it up, and then it's like a whole new thing now again. Like one little thing changed, and then like it's a whole brand new thing. It feels like. That's how I feel. Like it's a good analogy to make for how I feel about it, but it's definitely not a bad thing to, you know, have a spot where you're comfortable in a relationship, and then, you know, you weren't as all over each other as you were like in the beginning. And then, you know, one thing can happen, or you can, you know, change something up, or, you know, get into something new that gets you into that honeymoon phase again. And I don't mean to make it seem like a cycle, but that's not what I'm trying to make it seem like, but you know. Hopefully y'all can understand what I'm trying to get at. Yeah, they can definitely be something. I remember back in the beginning of Matt and I's relationship. I had had some bad experiences in the past. And I was really doubting myself because, you know, Matt and I have known each other for so long. For like 7 years. And, you know, going into a relationship with somebody who I have so much attachment to, I wasn't necessarily scared of the change. I was scared that I would, you know, do something or make a wrong move and then, you know, it'd be all over. Because I didn't want to, you know, disappoint him or, you know, things would not be the same as we were when we were best friends. And I remember 3 days into our relationship, I just absolutely broke down and I was so unsure of myself. And I had so much doubt in myself that it wouldn't work out. And I wish I could go back and tell myself that, you know, oh, hi, speak of the devil. Hi, honey. And I remember, I wish I could go back in time and tell myself that, you know, it would all work out, and it would work out much better and much longer than I ever thought it would. Yes, you will. Well, since the stinky goblin's here, I think I'm gonna. I know today's stream is kind of short, but it's 10:30 EST, so you know, I think I'll head out, go see Man, cause he was out all day. But thank you all, berries, for, you know, being understanding and listening to me ramble, even though I got a little, like, not necessarily, like, deep, but, like, I talked about some real shit, so. Yeah, I told some stories and I chatted, because I had a lot to say, and a lot of it was on my mind. Hopefully I can come back and, you know, stream for y'all soon when I have a little more work done and, you know, I spend lots of time with Mad. But thank you, berries, for being so patient with me and, you know, being so god awfully understanding and always coming back to hear me ramble about my silly bunny things. But thank you, berries. I am ever so thankful to have such a sweet community as you. And I'll see y'all berries next time whenever I find the time to stream. See you, berries. Bye bye.